Pastor Sujit spoke about a faith offering some couple of weeks back. So we have this thing that my wife and I usually do when we hear the word of God being said, the word that needs us to take action. We have this thing that we do where we write down like a figure as towards the offering that we need to put. This doesn't apply to everyone. This is just my wife and I. So this is what we do. So we write down a figure so that we know that for sure we are hearing from God. So when the pastor finished speaking about the offering, my wife wrote down the figure. And when we got home, she says to me, Did you feel what I felt? And I went like, yeah, I did. And then she says, okay, can you tell me your figure so that we can compare with the figure that I have? And to my surprise, it was exactly the same amount. We didn't share about this, we didn't communicate about this. And so because we had the same figure, in my spirit, in my heart, I told myself I'm partaking to this thing because this thing is of God. This is why we have the same figure. So I'm here to encourage someone that partake to what Beacon is doing. You might not see it now, you might not understand it now, but like I said earlier, it's a directive from God. And God honors his word. He watches over his word to perform it. So I'm here to tell someone that please listen to God and follow what God is saying. There are greater rewards. Might not be for you, but for your generations. For your generation and your children's children will benefit from this decision that you make today. Sowing and reaping is a principle that was designed by God from creation. Whatever you put down, it will always come up. It might not come up the time you expect it to come up, but because it is God's principle, it will come up at the right time. See, this is the secret. Whenever you put something down and when it's coming up at the appointed time. That's the time of it coming up. So reaping and sowing, people might take it for granted, but reaping and sowing should be a part of our lives. We should live to reap, we should live to sow, because that's what God says. You have to understand that it is a principle from God. So God's principles never change. The things of God are foolishness to the wise. And the Bible uses the wise here loosely, They are wise in their thinking, but they don't know what it is they are talking about. When we are talking of faith, faith is a personal action. It takes you to act. Faith has nothing to do with what the world thinks. Faith is all on you. So it is your level of faith that elevates you into a better person. Not what everyone else says, not what everyone else thinks. The Christian walk is personal. So if you feel it in your heart that God is telling you to do something, I'm here to encourage you as a new believer. Just get up, stand up, and do it. It is that act of getting up that God orders. It is that step of getting up that God promotes. It is that step of starting that God lifts up. When we are talking of faith offering, we are not doing it for the church. We are not doing it for the pastor, but we are doing it for you and your family. May God help you understand. May His word, read His word, understand His word. May it reveal the hidden truths to you personally, so that you will grow in your spiritual walk. Beacon Church is a place to belong. It's what I'll loosely use the term home away from home, because it is home. The people are welcoming, warm, and loving. So yeah, Beacon Church is home.